What's going on, everybody? My name is Paul. Welcome back to the basketball show. Have I got a good one for you? And this one is good. You're going to want to watch this, listen to this, and watch what I have to show you. So, I'm going to start with this. There is no possible way, there is no way that LeBron James can ever be considered to be the greatest player of all time. It's just over. I'm going to show you hard video proof, hard video evidence in this video that he does not deserve and qualify for the GOAT debate, period. Any other GOAT debate, including him, going forward is complete fraud or basically just spoken about to make money off of it from the media. That's it. So the conversation and the debate has been over for years. And the only thing that's keeping it afloat, I just mentioned, part of it are delusional, emotional fans of LeBron James and the media, which is a hostage to the NBA and makes millions off of being able to transmit their games and have interviews with their players, like ESPN, for example. The media is lying for the NBA. It's a moneymaker, and they're lying about it because they need it. LeBron is a cash cow for the NBA. While he's still there, and the NBA and LeBron are cash cows for the media like ESPN and such. So basically everything comes down to this. It's all for the dollar. That's it. It's all for money. It's a fraudulent debate. LeBron does not qualify. Let me go on. What would you say are qualities that would have to be met for a player to be considered a GOAT, the greatest of all time? One of the most important requirements, one of the most important ones, which cannot be absent from that person to be the greatest at anything, is not to be a quitter. Simple as that. It's not the total points scored. I mean, who actually had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the GOAT in front of Michael Jordan when he had the most points scored record? Come on. Seriously? And now they're using it to prop up LeBron James as the GOAT. You can't make this stuff up. They don't use it for one player, they'll use it for him. Because he's a cash cow. It's a moneymaker. It's the overall body of work. It's what your teammates say about you. It's what we've seen from you in games that gives us the GOAT. Your teammates don't have to love you or even like you, but show me a teammate of Michael Jordan, for example, that said ever that Michael Jordan didn't give 100% on the court. Show me one guy. You won't find one. Every single one of Jordan's teammates and even opponents always say that Michael Jordan, every single time and play on the court, gave 100%. During games, in practices, as well as every single gym session. That's what it is. No matter what Michael Jordan did, he could never, ever be called a quitter. Now, don't give me that debunked crap about Michael Jordan quitting basketball and going to play baseball, because you are just making yourself look foolish. That's it. MJ lost his father and retired at the top after winning 3 straight. He just won a 3rd straight title. So he walked away gracefully to honor his dad's wishes to play baseball. That's it. That's the end of the story. Then he came back in 96, and when he was 100%, not 94, 95, 96, when he was 100% ready to play basketball, and destroyed the NBA for 3 straight years again. He didn't retire mid-game, mid-series, or on any particular play. He didn't quit on his team and teammates after a loss. He retired after getting them as the main piece to 3 straight titles, and without him, they lost. And don't give me that partial season when he came back with a baseball body. Don't give me that crap. If you want to be a knowledgeable basketball fan, don't come up with stupid excuses. Now that we got through all that, let me show you the actual proof that I mentioned in the beginning, that LeBron James cannot, under any circumstance, be considered for the NBA GOAT position. He is done years ago. Number 1, we got LeBron's actual teammate from Miami exposing him and stating literally that he cannot consider LeBron James the GOAT in any way, not after he literally didn't show up in the finals and quit on his team. Here is Eddie House and his comments talking to Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. Listen for yourself.
I can't get over the fact that he didn't show up in Dallas. Not because I was on the team. Not that I was on the team, but the fact that he was the best player and everybody was depending on him to show up and do what he does, and he was MIA.
He had a bad game.
No, he had a bad series.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
A bad series. Jordan never had that. People killed James Harden for having a bad series last year, right? Oh, no, he ain't as good as he is. But you're going to say somebody that quit in the finals at the end of everything when all the marbles on the table.
Right.
That you're gonna say he's the greatest of all time. I can't buy it.
Thank you.
I can't buy it for that reason right there.
Another teammate we got who chooses between who is the GOAT. A player, a teammate of LeBron James in Miami when James was in his prime. Ray Allen. He chooses Michael Jordan, and he says it's not even a contest. Listen for yourself on this one.
Does LeBron have to do something, or can he do something where you would go, now I would look at him as the best player?
No, I think he certainly, just off the cuff, he's certainly the top 5 of all time. But playing against him and MJ, I think for me, it's MJ all day long, only because how I played against him, and MJ just had everything, from mid-range to 3-point to post-up game, and he could score and dominate in each position. LeBron is dominant. LeBron could do so many things on the floor. And
do you think LeBron's a better all-around player than Jordan?
It's hard. That's hard to say because LeBron is probably one of the best passers that the league has seen. MJ is probably the weakest part of his game. He didn't pass a lot, but at the same time, MJ didn't have any other weaknesses in his game. And defensively, he was a two-way player. Defensively, he was incredible and just as dominant.
Another one. Here is Steven Jackson on ESPN talking about LeBron James and how he literally saw that LeBron James simply quit in the NBA Finals.
It wasn't a good decision by the guy who you expect to carry your team, knowing how the biggest burden he had and how much he had to carry his team. For him to do that was real selfish. A lot of people saying LeBron was been selfish during the season as far as his stats and all this stuff. Well, punching the board, knowing how much your team needs you.
With your shooting hand.
I think that was real selfish. But to me, it really didn't look like it affected his game at all. I mean, he was still dominant. At times, I think his heart was questioned. I don't know if he punched his heart against the whiteboard because at times it looked like his heart was hurting. He wasn't competing, wasn't giving the same energy that we normally see from LeBron. So I just think it was too late to come out with. The series was over. Hey, if you hurt your hand, just say you hurt it, but don't bring it up and try to make it the topic of taking away from getting swept.
Because I know
after you go 51-8-8. Your starting point go out, miss a free throw. Your starting shooting go out, make a bonehead play, and you do everything you can to win game one. You had a great game, and you don't win it. That took a lot out of him. He quit. I don't want to hear nothing about no hand or none of that. He quit. He knew he was playing against a better team. After game one, he knew he was beat. Point blank, bruh. It had nothing to do with his hand. We can't make excuses. They got swept, okay? 4-0. Take it like a man. Go home, bruh.
Here as another one, I'm going to show you 3 very good NBA players. Charles Barkley, who played in the NBA Finals against Jordan, Grant Hill, and Chris Webber, working as commentators during the NBA Finals when LeBron played for the Cleveland Cavaliers and played against the Warriors in that final. They all saw the same exact thing, and these are their comments. Hill, Barkley, and Webber. Listen up.
Just did not seem mentally or emotionally engaged.
He packed it in.
I mean,
he
gave
up, right?
He gave up.
It seemed like he gave up, right?
Yes, particularly when the game was somewhat close there at halftime, maybe a 5-point lead. They got down, but they fought back in the game in the first half, and in the second half in the third quarter, I think maybe one shot. I mean, it was not what I expected. And we had all these conversations and debates about GOAT and this, that, and the other, which, you know, you can't really have that real, you know, you can't really make an argument for that. And to me, when you come out and you're passive and you kind of just don't give it your all when your team needs you, you can't really have that discussion as far as I'm concerned.
Here, you're going to see multiple plays during games and in some very important game situations, in playoff games. LeBron's behavior in these situations completely disqualifies the guy from the GOAT conversation. With what he does here, he completely disrespects the game, his team, his teammates, and everything the GOAT title stands for. Everything. Look at this situation. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, second quarter. I know the Lakers are down by a lot of points. The series tied 2-2. You're in the playoffs, man. Lakers miss. LeBron James just stayed under that basket over there. He could be in the middle right now, stopping this guy from driving the basket. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. That's LeBron. The guy just a clear path to the basket. Now this is another play, I believe, out of the same game. And look at LeBron James' behavior. Look at his behavior here. He's looking. The opponent scored. He is nowhere to be found on defense, and he's upset at his teammates. 5-on-4, and he's upset at his teammates. Now look at this situation. Schroeder, I think, is driving here from the Lakers. Lakers are down by 7. Series is led by the Lakers 2-1. A minute 30 remaining. Look at LeBron James' behavior right now. Schroeder is coming back. 4 other Lakers are back. This is LeBron's man, taking a three-pointer. Bang. And they have no chance, basically, on coming back.
Another player on this team with the Phoenix Suns is...
Look, 5:41 remaining. LeBron just leaves his teammates and leaves.
There's LeBron walking off the floor with 5:40 to go.
Look at this. You got a 4-point game, 6 minutes remaining. Series tied 1-1. Here is LeBron James with the basketball. LeBron James gives it up. He gets it back. He's trying to score a basket. Almost 6 minutes remaining. He drives, makes a good pass. He loses the ball because it got hit. And look what happens now. 2 players behind LeBron James, right? LeBron James is watching. Watch this. This is LeBron's man. The other 2 players are back. There's 4 Cleveland Cavaliers back.
Back out. Bogdanovich for 3. Bang!
LeBron James was never, ever nowhere to be found. This is what he did. The other guys went back. He sprinted. Look at that. They're going crazy. This guy just watching.
You have to give effort getting back. Mistake was made by whomever.
After seeing all that I just showed you, one of these should be enough for any real basketball fan to disqualify this man from ever being considered as the greatest. That's why older players and some current players don't even have him in their top 5s and 10s. LeBron James is an opportunist. He takes all the credit when his team wins, like talking about himself after beating the Warriors in the finals. That made him the GOAT. That's what he said. Listen for yourself real quick.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
Like his teammates, he said this like his teammates weren't even there and didn't deserve the recognition. I mean, come on, without Kyrie hitting that shot at the end, Kyrie averaged 27.1 points in those finals. He shot 40% from 3 and 93% from the free throw line. Michael Jordan's best help guy is Robin. Scottie Pippen never had a performance like that in an NBA final. Never. LeBron had so much help, he took all the credit by those statements that he made. A total narcissist if you ever seen one. Michael Jordan does not have one story like this or one play in any game, in the playoffs or finals, quitting on a single play like you've just seen from LeBron James, quitting on many of them. This is appalling that a guy getting so upset and emotional in one thing that you saw left 5 minutes before the game ended, totally throwing his team under the bus and running basically anytime he sees the window is closing somewhere and he's got to put more effort into win or he can't win there for another year or two. He just packs up and leaves and goes somewhere else. Now here is a video of LeBron James quitting again on playing one-on-one basketball because he doesn't want to get exposed and can't blame anyone anymore. And here's another one of Kenny Smith debunking the whole GOAT narrative